God is strong where you are weak. That is the title of this video, and these two examples from my own life, I hope I'm able to illustrate this point to you and get you to realize that whenever you're weak, whenever you feel like you can't overcome a situation, that God is there to help you with it, and He can do much more than you can even imagine. First one is, there was a time when I was addicted to corn, and I know that you know what I'm talking about when I say that. For 5 years, I was in that trap, that bondage. And what had happened was that I, then started to realize that, I needed to, do better with my faith in Jesus. I needed to do more things that brought me closer to Him and do less of the things that pulled me further away. So I started to invest more into my relationship with God, and I took action and sought resources and really took it serious, my faith in God. And all of a sudden what started to happen is that I got so close to God by seeking Him so wholeheartedly, so fervently, that all of a sudden the sin became so disgusting in my eyes that it was that much harder to go back to it. And that's honestly the case, is that when you follow God like this, it makes sin so much more disgusting in your eyes that you're that much less likely to fall back into that. And that was the case for me. I genuinely thought that it was impossible at times to beat that trap, beat that position that I was in, that I didn't think I would be able to overcome. And I did it. And I wouldn't have done it without God. I'm just being honest with you. The second thing where I learned this to be the case, there was a time last year actually, where it was a time where I genuinely had doubts as to whether my life was worth living. It was that hard of a time. I'm not going to go into specifics, but it definitely pushed me to my limits and made me wonder if life was even worth it. And it caused me to worry a lot. It caused me to doubt a lot. It was a war in my brain. And at a certain point, even after having developed my faith this much, I had to realize this. At a certain point, I realized that I can only do so much. And what I need to do in this situation is give it my all every single day. But as far as the outcome, how chips fall, as they say, leave that to God. And that's exactly what I did. And He made things better than I can imagine. And I'm in a much better place mentally. And of course, even with these things where, I was in these situations that ruined my mental health, going through it with God made me realize that there are just gonna be those times where you feel that discouraged, you feel that doubtful, but because you have God, you know that you're gonna get through it. And if you just, I'm sorry, the person upstairs has their dryer going, or washer, whatever. If you just keep going, that it will come to fruition what you want. And so, yeah, in that regard, I couldn't do it alone. And I think trying to do it alone, I would have suffered inevitably. But with God, things are possible that I did not think were possible. And I know that the same can be said for so many others. And I know that it can happen for you. So yeah, that's my encouragement. That's my lesson. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are able to go through what you're going through. I love you. Take care.